Hey, this is Russ. Time for some updates. Yeah, by the time you guys see this video, it'll be Saturday. I'm recording it on Thursday, and we're expecting snow again on Friday. Yeah, we were lucky to get out riding twice this week, but not with snow coming in. Can't seem to get away from it. I don't know what it is. This year's weather has been really strange, but the following days, it's supposed to be in the 40s, so hopefully that'll melt off whatever comes down on Friday. But that, of course, means that we can't ride, so we're not going to be riding for this coming week. Temperatures are going to drop back into the 40s and 30s again, so yeah, I'm not going out there. So yeah, I wanted to give you guys some updates because some questions came up after the last video I made regarding, I don't know, a little of everything. Let's just talk about it. So some of you guys have asked me about, these companies who have not sent me bikes, and some that we're still waiting for. I think the ones we're waiting for that I have hopes that will show up. It's just they're taking a little longer than I thought it would be. And as you know, I'm running out of time because later this month I'm heading off to San Francisco. So those bikes have to come in before that time, or there won't be anyone signing for those bikes. So yeah, that's why I kind of contacted them and said, hey, you know what's happening, but I haven't heard back yet. So now, as far as the other company that kept asking me, why I didn't want to respond back to them, yeah, I heard back from them again. Actually, I heard back from them several times again. And yeah, I told them why I wasn't interested, and they understood. They said that's fine. But apparently, this company is not actually the manufacturer. They represent the manufacturer, so they represent a whole bunch of other companies as well, not specifically e-bikes, but other brands. Now, I had a little question concerning that because they're based in Hong Kong, and they're not the actual manufacturer who's contacting me. They're contacting me on their behalf. So I keep wondering, how do I know if somebody's actually contacting me who actually represents these companies? How do I really know that, right? I mean, anyone could send me an email and say, hey, I represent XYZ company. How do we know that? So anyway, I answered back to them once, and I didn't answer back again. They said, if you're still interested in any of the other brands we represent, let us know. But again, they're not e-bikes. One of them is the camera company I think they represent, which might be interesting. But again, I don't know really who they are. I don't know if that camera company actually does it themselves, or whether they actually are hiring this company in Hong Kong to do it. I have no clue. So I'm not responding back to something like that. I guess if I heard directly from the manufacturer, it'd be another story. But again, it's not an e-bike, so I'm not interested. Now, because it is a camera, though, I do use cameras, and of course that piqued my interest. But I don't think so. I'm just gonna let it go. Hopefully they get the message that I'm not going to respond back. So, anyways, that's the one thing. Another thing too. The Magicycle thing, as you know, I asked for a second Jaguar Rundy because I plan to take 2 Jaguar Rundys with me to Door County, Wisconsin. All right, that area is actually a very nice area, and we plan to spend several days out there, and we'll be riding as we're out there, plus doing other things as well. And like I mentioned before, a couple of the hotels out there said that they do not want you to have your bikes inside their hotel. Yeah, they're always afraid of bike fires and stuff, right? So because of that, really at this point, the only way I can do Door County then is to take folding bikes and leave the bikes in my car, right, overnight. Because they mentioned that you can put it inside their shed or something like that and lock it up. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I'll come back the next morning and it'll be gone. No way, I'm not doing that. So yeah, it has to stay in the car, which means you can't take the car rack. This is why folding bikes sometimes do come in handy. So Magicycle did respond back, and they said that, yeah, they would be no problem sending me a second Jaguar Rundy. But she had to check it with her sales leader or marketing leader or whoever's in charge of the division. But she says she doesn't think that will be a problem. So not a total yes, but it sounds like it'll be a yes. So I hope it does happen because I'd rather ride two of the same bikes, because I know that a lot of times when my wife and I ride together, people always stop us and talk about the bikes. They do. I think if it was just me, they don't stop me as much. But when both of us are riding bikes, they usually stop us and talk about it. I don't know. Maybe they feel more comfortable when there's a woman there besides me, right? So yeah, we usually talk about the bikes, and so of course it's to everyone's benefit. Whoever has the bikes with me to get that kind of exposure, because those are potential sales. If the people like it, maybe they buy a bike, that type of thing. So Magicycle agreed. They said, yeah, we would like to participate in the project. So they will be sending a second one. So I'll keep you informed on that. Now, as you know, I still don't have a rear rack for my Deer. I didn't bring it up again. I still don't have second batteries for the Jaguar Rundy. And of course, now I need an additional Jaguar Rundy battery. Let's just hope by the time we go that second batteries come, because I think we're going to need those second batteries on that trip. So if Magicycle sees this, please send me those second batteries. I do need them for that trip. All right. Now that trip's not going to happen probably until I believe May is when we're planning on doing it. So we have a little bit of time, but yeah, we're going to run out of time if we don't get moving on it. Right. So I'm just trying to pre-plan everything, get things ready, rather than waiting to the last minute and then scrambling to get the things that I need to take on the trip. So now, speaking of trips, I mentioned before that my sister and I and my nephew were planning on doing a cruise. We were going to try to go to Mexico, but it didn't happen. Well, my wife and daughter are doing a mother-daughter cruise. As you know, they're going to eastern United States later in the year. And I was not invited to go. It's a mother-daughter thing. Actually, the very first cruise that they did, I wasn't invited to go either, but I was working at the time, so I had no ability to go. So they went with my wife's family. So the whole family, the whole extended family, all went on this cruise. It was a huge thing. I didn't get to go, but I did go to Alaska on a second cruise that my wife went on. So it was the second time she went to Alaska, because that first cruise with my daughter was an Alaskan cruise with my wife's family. And then we went again, and I got to go on that one. So that was my very first cruise. My second cruise that I went on, I went with my sister and her son, and we did Catalina Island off of California, and also did Ensenada. So it was a two what do you call that? 2 ports to go to, right? So that's what we did, and then we came back. Now, as you know, because of the fact that I went with my nephew really likes going to the buffets just like I do. He says I need to have Uncle Russell there because he's the only guy that's going to bring me to the buffets, because my sister probably wouldn't do it. So anyway, I'm going to go with them again, and we're going to go again back to Alaska. So it'll be my second trip to Alaska sometime later this year. I haven't finalized things, but and then of course my sister's husband will be going too. Now it's interesting too, because he's not really a big person to go on boats. He doesn't really like it. He had some traumatic experiences with it before in the past, not on cruise ships, but other issues, and he really didn't want to go, but he felt kind of left out. Yeah, I mean, if the rest of his family is going and he's not going, and it's going to be a week long, Alaskan cruises are usually 7 days, he decided he will go. So the 4 of us are planning on going on this trip. And my sister says a friend of hers, who is also her daughter, is a friend of my nephew. They've known each other since they were little kids. They're hoping to go, but they haven't gotten final approval of going or not, because she has to ask for time off from her work in order to do it. So if things work out, it'll be the 4 of us plus the friend and her daughter. Okay. Now, when I went on the Mexican cruise with my sister, her husband did not go because, like I said, he's not really big on ships. It was about a 4-day cruise that we did. So it was me, my sister, and her son, and then his friend and his parents. So I felt it was more fun when there's more people together to do things. And of course, having someone his age with him gives him more things to do than just hanging around a bunch of adults. So I believe he's a freshman in high school right now. So he'll be going into his sophomore year as we take the trip. So I do plan to go on that one. We are making plans to do it. So sometime in the summer, we're heading off to Alaska. Now, what I think I'm going to have to do is during that time period, I'll have to get some rides in and release those rides while I'm gone, because obviously I can't do it while I'm on the ship. Yeah, can you imagine what the Wi-Fi expense would be, because you got to pay for Wi-Fi on a ship, what that would be in order to upload the type of videos I do? So we're not going to do that. So I'm going to pre-record some stuff that'll cover us for the week while I'm gone, okay? So you just have to watch those things. That's fine. It's not a big deal. It'll probably be a riding video anyway, so it's perfectly fine. But when I get back and I have some time to edit all those things together, I'll put together a couple of videos on the cruise. And again, if you're only here for e-bikes, you may not want to watch those. That's fine, I understand. But for those who are into cruising or want to see what I did, we'll have a couple of cruise videos after I get back, all right? And of course, I'm going to my sister's place, as I said, at the end of March and early April. And I try to upload some stuff, for you guys while I'm there. They won't be very long videos, of course, because unless they have high-speed internet, it'll take forever to upload and everything. So we'll do some riding while we're out there, and then you'll get to see some stuff out in the California area. And like I said, hopefully I can visit Rad Power Bikes retail store, and if they will allow me to record, I will shoot some stuff, hoping to get on one of their trikes. Yeah, so that's basically the updates for those things, okay? Now, other bikes coming in, yeah, there's another one that is coming in. Yeah, some of the things do come in. There's one that I'm hoping to get. If things work out well, it'll be a different brand. It's not one from our existing brands that have already given me bikes before. And it's a lightweight bike, yeah. So you guys may want to stick around for something like that. If things go well, again, like I said, sometimes you say yes and then you never hear from these companies again. But hopefully this one will go through and it'll be well. So I'm looking forward to that bike when it gets in here. All right, I think that's really all I have for you guys today. I know this is a Saturday release, which of course has to last us through until next Tuesday, because we're doing Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays now, until we're actually able to do full-time riding outside again, which doesn't seem to be anywhere close since we keep changing up with weather. Oh, Magicycle asked me too whether I can do another deer video for them, because I do owe them that. But I told them if the weather cooperates, yeah, I'll try to do it this coming month. But if the weather's not good, there's not much I can do, because I'm not going to go out there if it's snowing on me. They understand. So, but yeah, I understand their situation too. They would like to get those videos out there. So, and of course, I know a number of you guys have been waiting for the full review of the deer from me, and the range test of it all and all that stuff. It's that needs several days to do. So it's not a one-time take the deer out and finish everything. It's a couple of days, and that has to be done. So I just told him if we have decent weather for a couple of days in a row, I can do it. Well, that's the problem with living in the Chicago area. I mean, you're kind of at the mercy of whatever the weather gives you. So anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.